Our organizing whiz is Andrew Mellen. Andrew is a personal coach and professional organizer with corporate and individual clients throughout the U.S. He doesn't see a mess, he sees a project.
Now we're ready to tackle the organizing. A job a lot of people, myself included, find very intimidating. Andrew, getting organized can be really overwhelming. So where do you start?
Well, the best place to start is really to make a list of all the areas you want to organize and then prioritize them. Today we're going to attack the two biggest clutter magnets in any home, and that's the garage and the closets.
Our homeowner has this handy little closet under her stairs, but it has become sort of a hiding place for her craft supplies and other clutter.
This closet looks really different. How did you do it?
Well, the first thing I did with the homeowner, we decided based on her priorities how we would reload the closet, keeping the things that she uses most often towards the front of the closet. Then, based on our measurements, we decided that this was the drawer system we'd go with, because the drawers are deep enough to hold all of her craft supplies, and then because you can see through the drawers, she won't have to hunt around when she's looking for what she's working on next.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, I really love that it has this nice looking wood top, too, because if you don't have some place to stick it, you can leave it out. It looks nice.
Right.
I don't know, you make this organizing thing look really easy. I don't know how you do it.
Well, you know, this closet was nothing. Wait till you see what's going on in the garage.
Let's go.
Sure. But even after we sorted through all the non-essentials, there was still so much that we had to fit back into this garage. Now, the key to getting more out of your garage, and by that I mean getting more into your garage, is to use all the available spaces, including the walls, which we've done here with a combination of shelves, cabinets, and hooks. I've used the Craftsman garage storage here, which you can only find at Sears.
Yeah, not only did you get everything back into the garage, but you managed to make room for more.
There's a lot of organizing equipment to choose from on the market, but Andrew says you need just a few basics to have an efficient and accessible garage workshop.
A workbench, a pegboard, and a floor cabinet with drawers for your smaller tools and your fasteners, like your nails and screws and things like that.
You know, I like that you added that padding. That way the tools don't roll all around, get all mixed up.
Keeps them from bouncing when you open and close the drawers.
Very nice.
Now, what's great is this back wall also, because it's got the pegboard with some hooks, so you can hang your tools up there. You can hang your cords, things that usually end up in a pile on your countertop. It's great, clears it all up, and these cabinets mount anywhere on it.
With the closet, you stored items based on how often they're used. Do you do that in the garage too?
Oh, absolutely. You always want to rotate out your seasonal items.
For example, the lawnmower won't be used in the dead of winter, so keep it out of the flow of traffic during that time. In the spring, lawn items will be used, so keep them handy.
So how did you decide what to put in the cabinets?
Oh, well, in every garage, there's always a few items that you want to keep out of reach.
Oh, like pesticides and other toxic things.
Exactly. Here we're talking about pesticides and paints. So we put those on the top two shelves. Now, you could even go a step further and put those in one of the hanging cabinets.
Well, that is out of reach for most kids, but some kids are pretty creative.
Well, that's true. That's why I chose these cabinets that lock.
Oh.
Including the rolling floor cabinets.
Oh, well, let's take a look at those.
Great.
So what's in the rolling floor cabinets?
Well, these are great for all those items that are too large and cumbersome to put up high. And the shelves are adjustable so that you can raise or lower it depending on what you're trying to store. Now, I've chosen to store the homeowner's automotive supplies in here.
You know, these wheels are great. That way, when you're ready to work, you just roll it out to the driveway. And speaking of work, what did you do with all the homeowner's inventory she uses for her home business? Now, tell me about this cool checkered floor.
Craftsman makes a special tile floor for the garage. It's easy to clean, it's tough, and it's really easy to install. You just snap it together right on the existing floor. And the best part is that it will prevent any sort of stains if your car happens to be leaking oil or some other fluid.
Well, that sounds easy enough. Certainly nicer on the feet than just regular cement. So with planning, the right organizing system, and a little elbow grease, we have whipped two of the biggest clutter collectors right into shape: the closet and the garage.
Yep. You know, the average American spends between an hour and a half and 2.5 hours a day in their car. Over the course of a lifetime, that's literally years. So you can see why it's so important to keep your car as efficient and organized as your home.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I usually think of gas efficiency, but space efficiency is important too. Hence, our car.
Yep.
You know, our homeowners are the typical busy family. They're running back and forth from work, errands, school activities. So a minivan is probably a really good choice for them.
Yeah, but this one has some extra features. It's the new Chrysler Town & Country Limited. It's got all the things that make minivans so popular with families. You know, it's safe, it's got plenty of room for passengers and storage, but this one represents something really unique. It's organization on wheels. It's got hidden conveniences and storage.
Oh, that's a good idea, because a car can be like a Bermuda Triangle. You can never find anything.
Right, well, that's what you got me here for. I mean, there's a couple of tips to keep your car from turning into a junkyard on wheels. One of the simplest that so few people think about is just keep some trash bags in the car.
Oh, like here.
Yep.
That is very smart.
You know, normally you'd have to have separate plastic containers to store all this stuff, but the Town and Country has them built right in the floor.
I like that. Nothing scattered all over the seats, and that is a very big bin.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for keeping everything organized and convenient. The other thing about keeping it in the floor is that it doesn't take up any of your cargo space. Let's say you've been doing some spring cleaning.
Oh, well, there's no stretch there.
Yeah, now you got a bunch of stuff to take to the recycling center, or you did some sorting and purging. You've got a big load to take to the thrift store. Either way, you've got a big load in here.
Or let's say we're done with our cleaning and organizing, and we want to enjoy the nice spring warm weather with our family.
How about a camping trip?
Okay.
All right, so now you've got your camping gear, you've got your kids, your food, everything's fitting it. Do you want to take the kids? So one thing about planning a big trip is to pack up everything the night before, then leave it by your front door. You'll never walk out the door and forget anything.
You know what would be good in here? A road atlas.
Andrew normally recommends a road atlas as well, but you don't need it here. This van actually has a navigation radio system, which can even estimate your arrival time.
No more my husband never stops to ask for directions jokes. Okay, what else, Mr. Neat?
Well, the car has this center rail, and it's got these little storage compartments for sunglasses, chewing gum, that kind of stuff. Up front, there's a clip for parking tickets, toll tickets, that kind of stuff. All of these little compartments are removable and completely movable.
Well, what about a DVD system? My friends that are parents say that's essential for any long road trip.
No worries, it's got a rear seat DVD system built right in.